Welcome to the Smash News Network, least busted, naming news. I'm your host, Dan, aka Smash-O-Mash. Have you seen our space weather content? Well, if you haven't, perhaps check it out. We've been putting out 3 daily space weather videos per day. You can find them at youtube.com/Smash-O-Mash. So we're doing meteorology here. The first thing we're looking at are the jet streams of the eastern world. Concentrated jet stream over the western Pacific with a divergence before reaching the eastern Pacific there around Hawaii. A huge divergence there happening in the jet stream. Some chaos happening around Australia and an anticyclone over the northeastern portion of the country, likely making clear skies in that area. Here are the surface winds. We got a strong system here south of the Aleutians. Let's look at the western world's surface winds. There you go. Surface winds of the western world. A strong onshore wind at Scotland. Next, jet streams of the west. We're getting some very cold temperatures injected into Texas and some very icy, extended ice storm conditions coming to the center of the country. We'll get to it in a moment. First, temperature anomaly. So here's your temperature anomaly forecast over the next 72 hours. It's based on the GFS model. Keep in mind that these anomalies are listed in Celsius. So some warm temperatures coming to the eastern part of the country, and some very, very cold temperatures coming to Texas at like 20 degrees Celsius below normal for this time of year. Adding insult to injury. So next we're going to show you the precipitation type forecast based on the European model here. We're on windy.com. And you're going to see some ice develop here. It's going to start as rain, and then some snow and ice are going to move in, starting out in places like central Missouri, eastern Kansas, and central Illinois. And that band of pink is just going to spread and spread according to the European model. Moving south a bit, and then it's going to linger and linger. You're looking at nearly an entire day of ice here. Expecting significant ice accumulations. Just north of a band of rain. And then even some ice expected to show up here in Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania here, according to the European forecast. That's the forecast for Friday the 4th at 11 a.m. So less than optimal conditions here. So here's the GFS 72-hour forecast model. This is showing precipitation type as well as pressure. Also expecting some very heavy rains there south of that system in places like Mississippi, Alabama, and then moving into Georgia. Yowzers. That is some serious weather. Could get some serious ice accumulation here, and that is not good for things like power outages. So here's your weather.gov map. If your county is lit up, just click it. We've got blizzard warnings in western Minnesota and eastern North Dakota. It's a pretty lit up map, folks. Next, your lightning mapper showing some serious lightning here in the Gulf of Mexico. Now south of Nolens. And there's your real-time lightning map, courtesy of lightningmaps.org. And speaking of being live, let me just check the life of the stream. Everything looks AOC. Everything looks at AOC because everybody wants AOC. Is that A-okay? Am I allowed to say that? Just checking. So yeah, there's your real-time lightning map. Pretty calm, except in places like the Gulf of Mexico and Central Atlantic. This video was originally streamed live to Twitch. If you don't follow us at twitch.tv/Smash-O-Mash, you'll miss some of the content. If you're only watching on BitChute, you're missing most of the content. We actually put up our more major sunspots geomagnetic storm and NOAA forecast video from yesterday. Thanks to everybody who tuned into that. BitChute viewers, thanks to putting up with the pathetic censorship on the platform and the promotion of fraud, nonsense, and disinformation on YouTube. YouTube, please fix your software. I don't know what the problem is. You would think you would recommend the videos to those who are watching stuff about meteorology and space weather. Anyway, thanks to everybody who tunes in via YouTube. I know it's a bit frustrating. If you're not a content creator, you ought to see what it's like to be a content creator on YouTube. If you think it can be annoying trying to watch videos on YouTube, imagine what it's like not being able to find your own content on the platform. I'll leave it at that. Here's the Pacific Ocean's water vapor scenario. Dry air moving due south here to places like San Francisco. Some clear skies are headed your way. So here's the U.S. Doppler radar map. We're going to focus on the lower 48 here. Here's clouds and fog when it's too dark to see them with a visible satellite. And here's the water vapor for the lower 48. We've got two systems merging right here, you can see. Two different systems here at different altitudes and different sort of humidity and pressure regimes coming together there. Here's the recap. U.S. Doppler radar. Shortwave radiation map. And there's the water vapor. Thanks for tuning into the Smash News Network, least busted name in news. I've been your host, Dan, a.k.a. Smash-O-Mash, signing off. Hoping that ice storm does not shut down your power grid.